Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Paul, back with another episode of Ball Talk with Paul, of course. Where we keep it real, we keep it raw, and talk this sports talk like the way it's supposed to be taught. And look, I'm starting this episode with the real, of course, because some of you Eagles fans been acting real crazy, and I'm talking crazy about this A.J. Brown situation. And Joe Burrow, he might be coming back this weekend like an Avenger in the end game. And then we got Jamar Chase spitting on people like he's in the WWE. What is wrong with that guy? Then we got some big-time NFL matchups to talk about. We got the stick up against the Bears, the Colts versus the Chiefs, the Browns versus the Raiders, and then the one that got my blood boiling over, the Cowboys versus the Eagles this weekend. Then we hitting the NBA teams, of course. We got some teams that's hot, and then we got teams that's hot garbage. Then we got to talk about why the league is having its best start in the last 15 years in viewership. Then, of course, we got to talk some college action, college football, college basketball. We got men's stars, women's stars. Man, we touch a little bit of everything. So let's get right into it, guys. All right, guys, we got to talk about this A.J. Brown situation one more time. And now they're trying to throw my boy Jalen Hurts in this nonsense, man. Some of y'all Eagles fans have been absolutely wilding in the comments. I can't believe you guys forgot how far we have come in the last 4 or 5 years. So let me start right here with A.J. Brown, because he is the best wide receiver we have had since Terrell Owens, a.k.a. T.O., and that's period. And the fact that some of y'all are ready to nitpick this man over everything and anything is absolutely crazy to me. Smitty is elite, yes, don't get me wrong, but Smitty's life is easier because of AJ. The spacing, the coverage, the attention, all that opens up because 11 is on the field. Without AJ, this offense is not the same. So before we start feeding into this media drama, how about we appreciate what this man has done for the franchise the last 4 years? He has literally elevated the entire passing game since the day he has walked into the building. And that brings me to my next piece of nonsense. Now we got these reports that Jalen Hurts is losing the locker room, that guys are frustrated with him because he doesn't care about stats and only cares about wins. Bruh, miss me with that, man, for real, because that is some straight up BS. And really, that's the dumbest stuff I heard all season. If you really know this team, and you know damn well Jalen is the reason we are who we are today. So let me say this loud and clear. Jalen Hurts is 53-19 as a starter in the regular season since 2021. 53-19. Quarterbacks like this do not grow on trees, guys. That's not mid, and that is not losing the locker room. That is a franchise quarterback. And yes, he's having a so-called down year, but so what? He has a brand new coordinator who's never called plays on any level. I'm talking about not high school, not college, not the pros. So yeah, of course, it's going to be growing pains. That's a part of football. But like they say, heavy is the head that wears the crown. And Jalen wears that crown with class. I'm going to rock with my guy 1,000%. And that's the part that kills me about this, man. Everybody wants to come to Philadelphia because of Jalen, the brotherhood, the culture, the leadership, the way the locker room blends together. But now suddenly people don't like him? Now suddenly he's losing the locker room at 8-2? Man, come on, man. That's just crazy. Stop listening to the media. Stop feeding into the fake narratives, guys. And stop inventing drama when we have two superstar leaders in AJ and Jalen who have done nothing but elevate this franchise to winning everything that we want. So Eagles fans, take a breath, relax, and lock in, man. We got a lot of football left to be played. And appreciate the greatness that we have in our building. Now let's talk some Cincinnati Bengals, man, because they got a whole lot of interesting stuff going on right now. Let's start off with Joe Burrow, because he actually might return this Sunday after his turf toe injury that required surgery. He was out about a month and a half, but he's already been a full participant in practice for the last 2 days. So that's a great sign for them. But here's the thing, man. The Bengals are now 3-7, and the playoffs are not looking pretty for them. And to make matters worse, he's going to be without Jamar Chase, because Jamar out here doing the absolute most. Bruh spit on Jalen Ramsey last week. I'm talking about hot to a poo. Spit in that man's face like this man was in a parking lot argument or something and not an NFL game. And that's the ultimate form of disrespect as a man, if you ask me. I don't care what sport you in. That's the kind of thing that gets you into fights or even gets you killed in my hood. And then Jamar, had the nerve to go on the post-game interview and say he didn't even do it while the whole world was watching in 4K. Jamar, you got to be smarter than that, man. Come on now. Now, when Jalen Carter spat on Dak Prescott early in the season, he owned up to it immediately, said it was out of character and it wouldn't happen again. So we need that same energy from Jamar Chase, accountability. You got kids looking up to you because they know what you can do on the football field. So you got to be better as a superstar in this league. So Jamar Chase, please come out and be accountable for your actions. Let's talk some matchups now, guys. We have the 6-4 Pittsburgh Steelers going up against the 7-3 Chicago Bears. Now, this matchup is going to be sneaky good. I expect some big-time defense being played. Both teams are fighting for a playoff position. Now, the Bears, they are coming in steaming hot. They are winners of 7 out of their last 8 games, and they have won 3 in a row. And Caleb Williams, man, he's starting to find his groove. But here's the thing, though. The Steelers defense, they love ruining young QBs, man. They disguise looks. They're going to blitz you all night, and then they're going to force you to think fast. So Caleb Williams, he has to respond. He can't get caught looking, and he has to process quickly because the Pittsburgh Steelers, they are coming. Now, Aaron Rodgers, he apparently broke his left wrist last week, but he is still playing. Now, I got to respect the old man for that because I definitely thought he would have sat out at least a game for this, but he is going to play, so we'll see how that affects him. But now, DK Metcalf, his number 1 receiver, he has been inconsistent for sure this year. He hasn't done what they thought he was going to do for them. And also, the Bears have an inconsistent receiver with DJ Moore. Looks like he's been missing most of the games. But they do have Roma Dunze. He has about 600 yards and 6 TDs. So he's definitely looking like the future for them. And both teams' rushing games are pretty close. Jaylen Warren, he has about 536 rushing yards. And DeAndre Swift, he has about 634 rushing yards. So the Bears are at home. That crowd is going to be rocking. So I got to take the Chicago Bears in this one, man. I just feel like they're the hotter team and the better equipped team to pull out a tight one because they have been winning the closest matchups this year. So I got to rock with the Chicago Bears. Hopefully they make me a profit. I know that it will be a close game because Pittsburgh is playing desperate, but I have to roll with the Bears at home in this matchup. Next huge matchup we have to talk about is the 8-2 Indianapolis Colts going to Kansas City to face the 5-5 Chiefs. Yeah, I never heard that before. This is definitely new territory for Patrick Mahomes. I don't think this man has ever been 5-5 in his life. And then he has the Colts coming in hot. Jonathan Taylor is out here putting up video game numbers. He has 1,100 rushing yards and 15 touchdowns. Tyler Warren, their exceptional rookie tight end, he has 617 receiving yards. Yeah, the Colts are young, they are hungry, and they are confident. But here's the thing. This game is in Kansas City, and you can never count out Kansas City at home. And when Mahomes plays at Arrowhead with his season on the line, he turns into a different beast for sure. Their run game is atrocious right now. Kareem Hunt is leading the way with only 353 yards. But I got to trust Mahomes and Andy Reid to show up, man, because they have championship DNA. And we know what they are capable of because they have proven this for the last 9 years. So I got to go with the Chiefs in this one, man. It is definitely going to be a dog fight. It's going to be an ugly matchup, but I got the Chiefs pulling this one out. Now, this next matchup, it's going to be ugly, but it's going to be interesting because somebody's making their well-anticipated debut. We have the Cleveland Browns going up against the Las Vegas Raiders. Now, Shedeur Sanders, he is getting his first start in the NFL as a starter, and we are excited to see this because Shedeur had a boatload of hype coming into the draft, and honestly, I just didn't see what the hype was about. He was not a first-round talent, in my opinion. I just did not see it at Colorado. Colorado's system boosted his numbers in a sense because, for one, they did not have a running game, and then he had a Heisman winner in Travis Hunter as his main receiver. So he was force-feeding him all over the place and all the other guys they had. And his daddy was a coach, so of course he's going to make his son look good. And honestly, he kind of proved my point last week. He only threw for 4 completions out of 16 pass attempts, 47 yards, 1 pick, and 2 sacks. So not a great start for Shedeur, but he only had a small sample size, so we have to see some more. But the offense wasn't even prepared for him. But that's not on Shedeur. The receivers, they didn't know his rhythm. The offensive line didn't even know his cadence, which is a huge issue. That is definitely on Kevin Stefanski. How does your QB2 not even have any correlation with the starters? Because you never know in this league when your quarterback will get hurt. So they have to fix that. But Shedeur, he also has to clean up his game for sure because he holds the ball too long at times. He tries to run backwards and make plays like he can outrun people, but we all know he cannot. Then sometimes he forces the deep passes when he should just take the flat route or the underneath. So we have to see if Shedeur can make these adjustments because he's still making the mistakes that he was in preseasons. Now, if he can't do anything against the Raiders defense, because they are one of the worst in the league, oh yeah, then they definitely have a problem because I don't know how you make him better if he cannot do anything against the Raiders. Now, the Raiders, on the other hand, they have a rookie that they got in the top 5, Mr. Ashton Genty, and he's kind of having a disappointing start to the season as well. He only has 554 yards and 4 touchdowns. Not bad, but that is not top 5 hype for sure. So they have to get some help for him as well because their O-line is just terrible. But here's the thing. The Browns, they haven't won with a new quarterback in like 20 years. So that is a huge setup for Shedeur. So I got to take the Raiders in this one, man. I just don't see Shedeur winning his first NFL start. But the bright side for the Cleveland Browns, man, Myles Garrett, you got to watch out for that guy because he is at 15 sacks already. And he's looking to break the NFL record for sacks on the worst team in football, which is absolutely crazy. I hate that he's in that situation, but he's the one that put pen to the papers. That's where he wants to be, so I can't blame him. But I have the Las Vegas Raiders winning against the Cleveland Browns on Sunday. All right, guys. Now let's get into the matchup that I have been waiting on. The one that gets my blood pressure rising every single year. The one where records do not matter at all. The one where friendships, they get put on hold. And then one where families stop speaking to each other. The Philadelphia Eagles versus those Dallas Cowboys. Now, my Eagles, we sitting pretty right now at 8-2, and the Cowboys are sitting at 5-4-1. So they're trying to work things out. But you can throw all that out the window because this ain't no regular season game. This is a division war. This is hatred. This is history. This is pride. This is legacy. This is smoke. This is all of that wrapped into 4 quarters of football. So let's start with the quarterbacks, of course. We got Mr. Jalen Hurts. He has 1,900 passing yards, 16 passing TDs, and only 1 interception. And then Dak Prescott, he has over 2,500 passing yards and 21 touchdowns and 6 interceptions. So both of these dudes are just balling right now. They're playing some of the best football in the league. But the Eagles, we are definitely different from the week 1 matchup where we struggled against the Cowboys. We are a completely new team. We have major upgrades everywhere. First of all, Jalen Carter, he will be playing. He is not on suspension for spitting on Dak anymore, and he will not do that again. I promise you that. Mr. Jalen Phillips, 2 straight game balls in 2 games since arriving. Yeah, this dude came in and instantly changed our pass rush for sure. Brandon Graham is back, the vet, the heart, the voice of that locker room, back on the field and back in action. Nolan Smith, active, disruptive, quietly becoming a problem for sure. Michael Carter II, he is physical, versatile, and exactly what we needed in that secondary. Then Jahad Campbell, man, been playing lights out. Been playing like he's in the league for 4 years already, just flying sideline to sideline. Then Andrew McCouber, another young dude, just looking like a seasoned vet. Vic Fangio has these guys rolling. Then Jordan Davis, man, Big JD, he is revived. He's rejuvenated, wrecking games. He has a special team player of the week on his belt and a defensive player of the week under his belt, man. That is pure dominance from JD. Let me be real. The Cowboys, they got better too, man. They added Quinnen Williams from the Jets, Kenny Clark from the Packers, and Logan Wilson from the Bengals. That defensive line is no joke. They got real beef up front. They were trying to fix that run stop that they were struggling with. But here's the thing, though, guys. The Eagles, we wearing that Kelly green, baby. And that matters, not because of superstition, but because of energy. Now, when the Eagles put on that Kelly green, we are just different. We are unstoppable. We are 5-0 in the Kelly green since we brought it back. Now, when you look good, we feel good. And when we feel good, we play good. Just as primetime. He's been doing that all these years. So this game is not about the stats. It ain't about who throws more touchdowns. It ain't about who catches the most balls. It ain't about who looks better on paper. It is about heart. It is about will to win. It is about pride. It is about physicality. It is about execution. And who wants it more? And I'm going to tell you right now, I believe in my Eagles wholeheartedly. We battle tested, man. We have gone up against the best competition and won. We got leadership. We got coaching. We got dogs everywhere on the field. So it doesn't matter who we go up against. I'm always rocking with my dogs. And we got a quarterback who plays with a calmness and chaos. That you just can't teach, man. So with all that being said, guys, you already know who I'm rocking with. I'm rocking with my Philadelphia Eagles in the Dallas Cowboys house in front of their fans. And we are busting their ass in Jerry World. All right, guys, so let's jump into some college football action because the matchups this week, it's not too many I want to talk about, but it's one matchup in particular I have to touch on. We have the USC Trojans at 8-2 traveling to take on the Oregon Ducks, who are 9-1. Now, this game has potential to be a shootout because both offenses are loaded with weapons. So let's start off with USC, man. Their quarterback, Jalen Hurts, he has been absolutely balling this year. He has over 2,800 passing yards, 18 passing touchdowns, and only 6 interceptions. So he's been the main reason that this team is 8-2 right now and staying competitive in every game. Now, also, they have a legit running game in King Miller. He is an absolute threat. He is sitting at 719 rushing yards and 5 touchdowns on the year. He's a tough, physical runner, runs downhill, can break tackles, opens up the play action for Mola. And then you got their number one receiver, Makai Lemon. He has just over 1,000 receiving yards, 8 touchdowns, and a big-time playmaker who stretches the field consistently and burns DBs deep. So USC's offense stays explosive. They can score, they can push the tempo, and they got weapons everywhere. But they are going up against them Oregon Ducks, man, and that's just not a small task. The team is just as stacked, and they are playing at home. The Ducks are sitting at 9-1, and their quarterback, Dante Moore, is having himself a year this year. He has over 2,100 passing yards with 21 passing touchdowns and 5 interceptions. This guy is smart, he is composed, and he is efficient. Everything you want out of a quarterback. And their running back, Winnington, he adds pure balance to their offense. He has 623 rushing yards, 5 touchdowns, a physical runner who just keeps the chains moving. They got Moore at the wide receiver position with 443 yards and 3 touchdowns. Has some reliable hands, great route running, and some clutch plays. So that's what I love about Oregon, man. They're consistent, they are well coached, and they don't beat themselves. They play with a chip on their shoulder. Now, both teams are coming in on a 3-game winning streak, and both are trying to build momentum heading into the postseason, both fighting for a top 10 status. But here's the difference. This game is in Oregon. And like I always say, that home crowd matters in college. The Autzen Stadium noise just hits different. And Oregon plays some of their best football in their own house. So in this matchup, I have to go with the Oregon Ducks in this one because of the home advantage and because of their QB. So I look for the Oregon Ducks to pull this matchup out. Now I want to talk some news that's going on in the college world this week. We have a big-time coach that got a new position. Mr. James Franklin has officially been named the head coach for the Virginia Tech Hokies. And this is a huge move for the Hokies, in my opinion, because Virginia Tech, man, they have been struggling the past few years. The energy just hasn't been there. The recruiting hasn't been there. The on-field results haven't been there. And the fan base has been starving for a leader who can restore the pride and bring back that edge the Hokies used to have when they were a powerhouse, especially back in the day in Mike Vick's era when they were just dominating everybody. So James Franklin, he's a guy that can do that for sure. He is a proven head coach. He is a proven recruiter, and he's a proven program builder. He brings structure. He brings discipline, energy, and accountability. He turned Vanderbilt around into a ranked team at one point, and at the state, he consistently brought in top talent and kept them in national conversations. So now he's coming into Virginia Tech, a clean slate. He's hungry, and the fan base is hungry as well, and a big brand behind him and full control to rebuild this program from the ground up. So I expect him to bring in big-time recruits immediately, and I expect him to flip the culture almost overnight. So I'm excited to see what James Franklin can do. Now, I definitely expect Virginia Tech to be more competitive and definitely more respectable as a football team again, something they haven't been able to say in quite some time. So in my opinion, this is definitely the best move Virginia Tech could have made because I don't think there was any other coach out there that really could make an impact as James Franklin. Shout out to VT for finding their new head coach in James Franklin, and hopefully he gets that program going in the direction that they want to go. All right, guys, let's start into some NBA action because I got to start with the team who has shot the whole damn East so far. The Toronto Raptors, are they back? These boys are 10-5 right now and sitting at the top of the Atlantic Division. And let's be real, man. Nobody had Toronto coming out looking like this. Not this early, not this soon. Nobody had them in their top 5. Hell, some folks didn't even have them in the play-in. But the big time offseason acquisition that they made and the Ingram coming over, yeah, that one flipped in their favor for sure because he is a problem on the offensive end. BI is averaging around 20 points a game, 49% from the field. And the biggest thing is for him is the consistency because Toronto, they finally got a go-to scorer who doesn't disappear for 10-minute stretches at a time. Then you look at RJ Barrett, man, 19 points a night, 4 assists, playing way more confident now that he is not forced to be the guy like he was in New York. You can tell he's comfortable in his new role. He's attacking, he's slashing, he's hitting big shots. And Scotty Barnes, on the other hand, 19 points a night, almost 8 boards, and 5 assists. He's doing it on both ends, and he is starting to look like a legit two-way star. Then also their guard, Emmanuel Quickly, 16 points a night and 6 assists, giving them stability at the guard spot, scoring in bunches, pushing that tempo. Jakob Portal, he's also at 12 points and 8 boards, man. Underrated big who protects the paint and sets great screens. The whole team just has balance, chemistry, and role clarity. That's something that they were missing for the last few years. So this starting 5 knows who they are, and they know their strengths, and then they know their roles, and they're playing at a high level, man. So I'm excited to see what the Toronto Raptors can do. Now, I don't know if they will be able to top this all year, but right now, the Raptors are looking like the team you cannot sleep on. So be on the lookout for the Toronto Raptors going forward. Now, for the flip side of these, we got to talk about the Charlotte Hornets. And man, listen, the Hornets are 4-11 right now and 4th in their division. And honestly, this is not surprising at all. This is the same Hornet story we've been hearing for years now. Now, they got talent on paper, but it just doesn't translate to wins. It doesn't translate to culture. And now the one superstar that they have, he wants up out of there, man. LaMelo Ball, who is averaging about 21 points and almost 10 assists a night. He is definitely hooping right now, but he literally just came out and said that he's frustrated and would be willing to be traded. And honestly, I don't blame LaMelo one bit, man. He's just tired of having just fun. He wants to win. He wants to compete and not just get highlight reels. Now, Miles Bridges, on the other hand, he has been solid for them. He has 22 a night, but it ain't translating to winning because they have zero identity right now. Colin Sexton was a good pickup for them. He has about 15 points a night, but he's streaky. You don't know what you're going to get from him. And Brandon Miller, he's averaging about 14 right now, but he's been hurt again, and injuries are a consistent thing for him. So you just don't know if he's going to be available. But the biggest spot for the Hornets right now is their rookie from Duke, Con Knuppel. Boy, has he been hooping. He's averaging 18 points, 6 boards, and 3 assists. He's looking confident, smooth, and definitely NBA ready. So the future has definitely looked bright with him. But as a whole, the Hornets, they are still the Hornets, unfortunately. No structure, no direction, no leadership, just vibes and frustration. Now let's move on to the Wicked West because this one team, they got my attention the most right now, and that is the Houston Rockets. And these boys are absolutely hooping. They are 10-3 right now, looking like a complete problem out of the West. And this team is just fun as hell to watch, man. I love what they're doing right now. Now, their big headline move this summer, bringing in KD, Kevin Durant, man, it paid off well. He's averaging 25.5 a night and shooting 49% from the field. Just looking like vintage KD out there, not forcing anything, not ball stopping, just smooth buckets, what we love to see. But the real engine of this team right now is Alperen Sengun. This man is averaging 23 points a night, 10 boards, and 7 assists. That man is baby Jokic right now. He play makes, he controls the pace, he punishes his matchups, and the scary part is he is still getting better. And Amen Thompson, the twin, 16 a night, 6 boards, and almost 2 steals. He is everywhere on the floor. Defense, transition, slashing, energy, everything you want from a forward. And Jabari Smith Jr. is stepping into his confidence as well with 14 a night, finally looking like the two-way forward that they drafted. And the crazy thing is they are not even fully healthy right now. Freddie VanVleet, he tore his ACL in the offseason, and he's not even back yet. But when he comes back next year, man, you better watch out because they are going to be a team to watch for sure. And I'm excited for their future. They are deep. They are young, they have skills, and they got one of the best coaches in the league with Ime Udoka. He has them playing disciplined, gritty, and just tough, man. I'm calling it right now. If the Rockets stay healthy, they will be in the Western Conference Finals for sure. You can go ahead and book that. Now let's talk about a team in the West that looks like pure chaos right now, the Dallas Mavericks. Man, they are 4-12 and fourth in their division. And honestly, they look like a complete shit show right now. I can't even lie. Anthony Davis got hurt early and it threw the whole roster into confusion. Yeah, he's averaging about 20 points and 10 rebounds when he's healthy. But the problem is, he ain't never healthy enough. He's always in his street clothes. Now, their number one draft pick, Cooper Flag, the kid is talented for sure, but he's 18 years old and he's inconsistent, still figuring out his role in the NBA. He's only averaging about 15.5 points, 6 boards, which is definitely solid. But he's still young and still trying to figure out the NBA rhythm, the spacing, and his role. So we'll see how that goes. Now, Derek Lively Jr., man, he definitely took a step back for sure. He's only averaging 4 points and 5.5 boards. That is not the leap that they expected from him. And then Klay Thompson, man, I don't know what's going on with him. He is washed right now. He's only averaging 10 points a game and not the Klay that we grew up watching for sure. I think Meg Thee Stallion might have his head messed up. And Caleb Martin, he's only at 1.5 points a game. He's basically just a cardio session at this point for him. Make matters worse, the front office is in shambles. They fired their GM, Nico Harrison, for that crazy Luka for AD trade last year that blew up in their face. And Kyrie Irving still hasn't returned from his ACL injury. So they have no elite guard play right now, no direction, no chemistry. It's just bad in Dallas. I don't know what direction they're going to be headed. This might be one of the years where you can just tank, regroup, and reset and try again. Now, before we leave this NBA talk, we got to talk about this. The NBA just had one of the highest opening months of viewership in the last 15 years, which is incredible to see. Social media has definitely helped them. They have over 30 billion views across all league platforms, which is absolutely insane. That means everybody's watching. And the NBA store, it is up 20% in sales right now. And the simple reason, I believe, is because of the new generation is taking over, man. We're watching the NBA transition to a new era in real time. LeBron, KD, Steph, they are still hooping for sure, but the new wave is rising and coming fast. SGA, Anthony Edwards, Luka Doncic, Victor Wembanyama, Tyrese Maxey, Cooper Flag. We just have a whole bunch of new talent in the league who is going to take the NBA by storm and hopefully carry them to new levels. So I'm excited to see what is going on. These young dudes bring excitement, flash, unpredictability, fresh storylines. The league feels alive again. We don't know, and we don't even know who's going to be in the finals this year, which is another reason I think the viewership is going up. But all of this is good for basketball, and I'm excited to see this because we have been wanting to get a fresh start and a fresh view with the NBA. So be on the lookout for these young bulls as they come up in the new era of the league. All right, guys, let's move into some college hoops because I got to talk about the Purdue Boilermakers who are sitting at the number one spot in the nation right now and looking every bit of a championship contender. Now, Purdue, they just didn't stumble into this ranking. This team is built top to bottom. Let's start with their floor general, Mr. Braden Smith. This kid is the engine of the entire offense. He's averaging 17 points a night and nearly 9 assists with 1 steal to go with that. But it's not just the numbers, it's the way he controls the game. He plays with poise, maturity, and confidence. He gets everybody involved. He never forces shots. He picks defenses apart like a surgeon. And when you have a guard who can score and distribute at that level, yeah, you're already going to be dangerous for sure. Then we slide over to Trey Kaufman-Renn. And let me tell you something. This man is absolutely eating right now. 18 points and 15 rebounds a night. 15 rebounds is just crazy in modern college hoops. He is a straight up glass cleaner. He brings energy, toughness, physicality, everything you need from a big man. And if you're trying to win in March, he doesn't shy away from the contact, man. He finishes strong. And if you throw anything near him on the boards, he is snatching that for sure. Then they got Mr. Lawyer Fletcher, what I call Mr. Consistent, because he's at 17 points a game, always steady, and he's just always ready to hit big shots when it matters. This team is well-rounded, experienced, well-coached, and they have a style that just works for them. Inside-out basketball, they control the pace, physicality, just smart shot selection. This is definitely not a fluke. This is a team that expects to go deep, Elite Eight at minimum, and then the Final Four if everything clicks. So watch out for Purdue because they are hungry. Now let's talk about the team that's right behind Purdue. We have the Houston Cougars right now ranked at the number 2 spot in the nation. And let me tell you something, man. Houston is an absolute well-oiled machine. They are 4-0 right now and sitting on top of the Big 12. This squad just plays defense like their lives depends on it. They are tough, physical, disciplined, all the things that you expect from a Kelvin Sampson coach team. And then you throw that talent on top of that. Yeah, you got a perfect storm for sure. Starting with their freshman sensation, Kingston Flemings. He's averaging about 17 points a night, 5 assists a night, and he plays with the swagger of a senior. He is fearless. He gets downhill. He makes plays. He already looks like a future first rounder in my eyes. Got their senior leadership from Emmanuel Sharp. He's averaging 16 a night. He's a steady scorer, the guy that they trust when the game gets tight. He's polished, he's smart, and he has that veteran feel. He doesn't really get rattled. And then the big man, Chris Big C Sinak Jr., man, 11 points a night, 9 rebounds, and almost a double-double every night. He anchors the paint, protects the rim, he rebounds like a grown man, and he does all the dirty work the team needs to win in March. And I can't say this enough. Kelvin Sampson is one of the best coaches in college basketball. I love how he operates his teams. He has built a system that travels. Doesn't matter if it's at home, on the road, in a tournament. Doesn't matter, man. These boys defend. These boys attack the glass. These boys just execute great basketball. So just like Purdue, Houston is a legit Final Four threat, so don't sleep on them. Now let's talk some individual hoopers because this man right here, PJ Haggerty from Kansas State, man, he is a bucket. A 6'4", 195-pound guard who is averaging about 26 points a night and nearly 6 assists on 55% shooting from the field. That is elite efficiency as a college scorer. He's dominating the games he's playing. He's a natural scoring field. He can shoot it. He can create. He's long and athletic. He gets to the rim whenever he wants to, and he finishes through contact. He has a handle that keeps defenders guessing, and he plays like someone who knows he is going to the NBA. He plays with confidence, swagger, with purpose. And if he keeps this up, man, he is going to be a serious problem for teams in the tournament. So be on the lookout for PJ Haggerty and the Kansas State Wildcats. And then we got Ibuka Okori from Stanford, another dude who is putting up ridiculous numbers as a freshman. He is 6'2" and 185 pounds, and he is averaging 25.5 points a night on 56% from the field. 56% as a 6'2" freshman guard is just wild. And it means he's taking good shots. He's patient. He knows how to get to his spots, and he plays with efficiency and discipline. He's a natural scorer, mid-range, 3-ball, attacks the rim, finishes well. The only thing he needs to grow into is playmaking. You can't be a 6'2" guard in the NBA and only score. You have to facilitate. But right now, he is hooping, plain and simple. So be on the lookout for Ibuka and the Stanford Cardinals. Now let's move on to the women's side because some of these ladies are just absolutely hooping right now. The first lady I want to talk about is Miss Liv McGill from the University of Florida. This girl is just an absolute dog. She is 5'9", handles the ball like she invented the rock, and plays like she's offended the moment someone tries to guard her. 25 points, 7 assists, and shooting 49% from the field. Those are elite numbers, men or women. But what separates her is her bag. Her handle is just absolutely crazy. She looks like she's out there in a mixtape or something, man. It's just something that I don't see too often. Between the legs, crossovers, snatchbacks, she creates space effortlessly. And her game this season with 38 points, 8 rebounds, 10 assists, and 7 steals, man, that is just unbelievable. That is a once-in-a-season type of stat line. She almost had a quadruple double. Now, she leads her team with swagger, composure, and pure skill. And Florida is 4-0 because of her. That is for sure. Now, she's only a sophomore, but she's only going up for here. So keep your eyes open for Liv McGill. And lastly, we have to talk about Miss Mia Nicastro from the University of Western Illinois. And I tell you, Mia is a straight-up problem in the paint. She is a 6'2" forward, averaging 26 points a night, 11 rebounds, and shooting 63% from the field. That level of efficiency is just insane, and she plays with power, patience, and discipline. She seals defenders early. She finishes through contact. She has great footwork, and she's a monster on the boards. Now, one of her most recent games, Mia had 31 points, 15 rebounds, and she only missed 4 shots. That is just dominance, guys. And Western Illinois isn't a big-time school where people usually pay attention to, but you cannot ignore what Mia is doing. Mia is one of the most efficient forwards in the college world right now, men or women. So be on the lookout for Mia because she is definitely a problem this year. All right, guys, well, that's going to wrap up episode 13 of Ball Talk with Paul. I appreciate every single last one of you guys for rocking with me, tuning in, supporting, sharing, commenting, all of that good stuff. But just a quick note for next week, I will not be recording. For one, it's Thanksgiving, and I love to eat good, so we're going to be doing that. And for two, it's my birthday on Friday, man. So I'm not going to be on. I'm going to be enjoying time with my family, eating good food, and just relaxing, man. But we will be back in 2 weeks with even more heat, more takes, more laugh, and more real talk. But until then, stay blessed, stay focused, stay locked in, have a happy Thanksgiving. And as always, this is Ball Talk with Paul, and we're out.